Our Vice Principal, our Vice Principal, Dr. Jasbir Kaur Sodhi, and our Professor in charge, Dharti Narwani ma'am, for their unwavering support and guidance. Over to you, Urzen.
Thank you, Mehak. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to introduce our esteemed guest speaker, Mr. Sahil Jethwani, a seasoned cybersecurity professional at DXC Technology. Mr. Jethwani brings a wealth of expertise in the field of identity and access management. His remarkable academic achievements speak for themselves, as he secured the top spot in his CET exams with an outstanding score of 97.49%, all while dedicatedly serving as a senior cybersecurity professional at DXC Technology. Mr. Jethwani is an alumnus of HR College who has made his mark not only in the industry, but also as an educator and mentor, inspiring countless individuals. He is a shining example of perseverance and talent, having cracked one of the toughest interviews in the highly competitive IT sector. And we are truly honored to have him with us today. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Mr. Sahil Jethwani.
Hello guys, so I am Sahil Jethwani. Before starting, thank you for the warm welcome and thank you for the wonderful team that you have. So, what do you think about cybersecurity or like cybersecurity? Let's start with that term. Before going to there, let's take a minute and let's think about how how does it affect cybersecurity? How does cybersecurity affect us? Let's start with a simple term. Most of you are fans of Bollywood, and I too am a fan of Bollywood. We would have also seen many movies like Hacked, Sid, Key, and in the movies that we see people breaking into vaults, breaking into banks, breaking into multiple international satellites just by tapping a few buttons. And we get crazed by that at saying that this is cybersecurity or this is how cybersecurity is. My friends, that's a myth. Let me bring it to your level. Cybersecurity is basically you protecting or putting a layer of barrier between your information and people trying to access their information. Or basically, this means unauthorized access, like hackers, or it might also mean physical thefts or damages from internal employees who are trying to gain some profit or some motivation out of it. And in today's digital era, cybersecurity becomes more and more important for every individual, businessman, government, and all the students alike. So I would like to start by an experiment. I would like a volunteer from you all. Would someone like to volunteer from you all?
काय हे तुमचं बोर्ड बरोबर नाही.
Okay. I have pasted a link in the chat box. Can someone try to access that link? Yes.
Yes, I checked it out.
Yeah. Now see the repercussions or the after effects that one link would have caused you. I can literally tag every one of you all who have literally clicked on that link with email addresses or like which provider you are using, what time is it, and what graphics card or what GPU are you using as well, or what browser are you using, what app kit, or what is your current IP address, including that. This is the power of the internet or technologies. I literally have 15 to 16 people's IP addresses that I can just use to track them to their houses or track their mobiles or get into their mobiles. One iPhone user as well, I would say. See, this is how bad or this is how difficult one link can make your life. And this is why cybersecurity or professional like us or in our field is required. Now, let us move on. What are the actual threats to cybersecurity, or what are the other threats that you should be aware of or you should keep in mind? One, a live example that I showed you right now. Don't click any strangers' links or don't click any links that are sent to you. Other thing is other type of attack or other thing is phishing. As many of you will know, phishing is basically a cyber attack in which the attacker can send you a fraudulent message or create a fake website or create some forms in which you end up disclosing information such as passwords, credit card numbers, or even basic information like social security numbers, as well as other things. Though they might look quite convincing, they might look legitimate, the after effects of that are the person can steal your identity and then pose as you and message your friends, relatives, or other people as you, telling that you are promoting this thing, you are using this app, and that creates a chain of events that those other people also might get their data leaked or get their data stolen. An easy way to find if your data has been stolen or not is by using a site called as Have I Been in Hacked or Have I Been Taken? Have I been hacked? Basically, here. If I put anyone's phone number or email address in it, it will show me how many hacks or how many changes or how many times this has popped up on anyone's search history or unique data. So let us put in a random email address. This is a random email address that I have found. See, this email address was in the breach of IndiaMart in 2021, and this email address and password has been leaked beforehand as well. Before that, it has occurred in various account breaches as well. It has occurred in various account breaches as well. So, this is why you should not give or you should not allow any of your email addresses or phone numbers to be given on any form. You would have heard of many scams or many calls that you receive on a daily basis or many messages stating that you have won a particular amount. Please click on this link to claim that amount, or you have won this gift, that gift, or you might receive many fraudulent phone calls from bank. Like, I am calling like your debit card has been suspended. Kindly give us this OTP, that OTP, give us credit card number, this number. These all are type of phishing attacks or attacks that take in your data and they recreate or clone your identity to take in more data and try to steal money from you. No. So, how do they do it? Phishing attacks majorly are form-based attacks or attacks that use some information that they already might have of you. This might include your social security number or your social media site, or some other information such as your leaked email ID or phone number as well. When a person has received his data, he can then misuse that data by sending various fraudulent messages, email IDs, or even calls, as I told you before. Two, to cause disruption or disarray from him, and then use that disruption or disarray to his advantage for taking some sensitive or private information from him that he can use to clone his identity, or that he can use in various other ways to is to clone your identity and talk to your relatives or friends, or take in their credit card information, or even do fraudulent transaction or buy some things from your end. Next type of threat is malware. Malware is the most common type of threat that we are aware of or that we know of. Malware's other name is also called virus. Not the virus of Three Idiots, the virus as a computer virus. Malware basically comes into your system or is sent to your system by using mails, fraudulent transactions, or various other methods. What does it do? It steals your sensitive information. It disrupts your operations or normal working, and it might even get unauthorized access to your systems. That might cause you various problems. There are various types of malwares. The first one is virus. This is a basic type of malware that affects the system and attaches itself to a normal software or an application. And whenever the application is run, the malware script in the background keeps running on and sending data to the malware maker. Second type of malware is a Trojan horse. Trojan horse type of malware are legitimate software that have some script written in it or modified in such a way that it causes your data to be stored and sent to a database. Many of times, the pirated versions or the pirated copies of softwares are basically Trojan horses into your system. Third, ransomware. The most common news that you have heard about malware is ransomware. You have heard many companies have been hacked and they are asking some bitcoins or some other information to release the site. Yes, that is ransomware. They hold your personal information or your files at stake to take exorbitant amount of payments from you, and then only they will send the decryption key or they will send you the password to unlock it. The fourth type of malware is worms. After a system is affected by worms, it acts as a contagion and it has to be quarantined, because worms are the most dangerous type of malware. Worms not only affect your personal file, but they also affect the network files, the network routers, and the network systems. And once a worm or a malware is in your network, the whole network hardware has to be scraped completely to remove the malware from your system and to remove worms from your system. To add on to how malwares work, as I told you, malware, if it's a Trojan horse, it comes with a legitimate software most of the times. If it is a virus, it comes in email or other exe files. So how does it work after that? Once it is installed, the malware hides itself from the control panel or even the user files. Then it starts accessing the environment files and the password files. After that, it starts accessing your keystrokes or your key types, keeping a tab of them in a particular file in the environment. It can even go on to take screenshots of your information without your knowledge. It can start encrypting files in the background to slowly affect your whole system. Some malwares can even create backdoors or other means to get inside the system once the malware has been uninstalled as well. A backdoor or a botnet is basically a software or basically a opening or a port in which the hacker can get in and get out of your system various times. Once it has been created, it is very difficult to remove it, and the hackers, even being remote, can access your webcam, your browser, your other software history, and even your cookies or saved history from them. To basically protect yourself from malware, the easiest method is to lock any of the unforeseen IP addresses in your IP logs. Second, keep all of your software updated. Third, the passwords should be strong and it should be basically of 12 characters, having a capital letter, a few numbers, a few special characters, and it is preferred that the password usually are phrases, not singular words. And the best way to avoid malware is not to download any pirated or any other software from any unknown source other than the original source or the original website. Antivirus or anti-malwares can also be helpful in protecting yourself against this malware. Now, how to protect yourself in today's day and age? A few practical tips, as I told you. Keep a strong password. Basically, have multiple words or phrases. Say, you are born in some area, then a special character, then a few numbers, and then again some words. The more and more your password is longer and more complex, the more difficulty the hacker has while accessing your system. Second, enable two-factor authentication. Two-factor authentication or multi-factor authentication. Authentication basically means allowing, and two factors authentication or a factor basically means the number of levels or steps that you're required to access as into the account. A two-factor authentication basically has a first factor as your password. The second factor is what you own, some mobile number, SIM card, or other email addresses that can act as a second layer of barrier. And even after the barrier is taken care of, it creates safety film for you, the hackers, not to get in. And nowadays, there are multiple ways. Nowadays, even two-factor authentication can fail sometimes. So nowadays, you require multi-factor authentication or 3 levels of authentication sometimes. 3 levels of authentication include Microsoft Authenticator. The first one the Microsoft Authenticator will take is your password. The second one the Microsoft Authenticator will take is a network push or a network pull, in which it sends your device a special encrypted password or passkey that you have to click on the desktop or the PC to access your data files. After that, the third layer the Microsoft Authenticator will send is your fingerprint password. Once you install Microsoft Authenticator on your laptop or your phone, it will ask you for a special unique password. It may either be your fingerprint scan, your iris scan, or it may also be your voice scan. This is what you have, or the highest level of security that cannot be copied or cloned by any hacker. So, having multiple layers of authentication or layers of security is much better. Third, and the best one is avoid public Wi-Fi. Nowadays, public Wi-Fis are also having various passcode flaws or loggers logged in them. Once you log into a public Wi-Fi or an open Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi can see what you're transferring from your device to the network server. So any hacker or cybersecurity, any hacker who tries to avoid cybersecurity can use the public Wi-Fi and act it as a redirecting source. So your data is first redirected to the hacker's server, then the hacker's server redirects the data to the actual website. So the hacker gains all the information transited through your device to the server. Next, try using a VPN. VPN or a virtual private network is basically a tunnel or a covering that redirects your network traffic to a location or a secure server, and from the secure server the data is transferred to the website, right, that the data has to be sent to. It acts as a security tunnel so that any hacker or any other professional who is trying to use your data for malicious purposes cannot get in and access your information. So remember, being protective or being secretive about your access, about your credentials, or about your or safety is a major thing to help you prevent a lot of headaches or lot of repercussions in the future purposes. Now, coming on to the major part, social media and cybersecurity. Nowadays, social media has become an integral part of our lives. What we eat, what we think, what we go anywhere is all uploaded over social media, and social media has a track of that. This also induces a bit of cyber risk for you, as hackers can gain access to your social media and have all this information readily handed to them over a silver platter. Then they can use that information to affect other accounts, or try spamming other accounts, or try hacking other accounts using your identity as the main in culprit. So the major thing to protect yourself on social media is keep your accounts on private, and whenever you share your data or location with any app, try keeping the permission as always asked as possible. On Android 12 or further, there's a setting in which you can, whenever you open an app, it will ask you if you want to share the data or details with the app or not. If you don't want to share it at that particular moment, you can say, I don't allow on my app to read any of my data. iOS already has a privacy feature built in it, which is called a privacy filter, in which it automatically blocks access of apps who are trying to access your camera or other integral hardware from your mobile. So, to protect your social media and to protect yourself, it is important to be cautious and to check what are your next steps before proceeding ahead. Avoid posting any such personal information, such as your phone numbers or your personal email addresses, that you don't keep a track of that often. And be wary of any friend requests sent to you over social media. There are many fake accounts that are created by hackers only to get hold of your information and to sell that information to other people and to get monetary benefit from it. Now to the question of how to pursue cybersecurity or cybersecurity as a field. Cybersecurity as a field is not that hard to get in. It is a quite easy field, and it is quite booming field. India, in the coming years, requires many cyber professionals for itself, for preventing itself from the cyber warfare that is going on. You would have heard a few weeks ago there was a cyber attack on the Indian embassy, and various sites were taken down. These attacks are becoming quite common nowadays, and India requires cybersecurity professionals to help itself protect against these attacks. To become a cybersecurity professional, you don't need a computer degree. You need basic programming knowledge or basic information technology knowledge, so as to how a network would work, how basic ports or port routing works, and then to build on that, try getting a few certifications such as ethical CEH or certified ethical hacker. Second, get a Red Hat certification, or you can even try as a pen test security, pen test plus. What is pen test? penetration testing, in which companies pay you or allow you to try to penetrate into their servers or try to gain information from their servers as to check how many errors or how many vulnerabilities are there with the business or with the company. Even if you don't want to become a pen test certified professional, you can also earn or also help the society by doing bug bounty programs. What is a bug bounty program? If you found an error or some vulnerability in a program or in an app application or software, companies have various websites or various other forms that you can fill in to let the company know that here is an error and here is a solution for that, and how we can pursue the solution, and the companies will pay you millions of dollars to get that bug solved. So if you even if you can't go from the even if you are not from a computer background, you can still pursue cybersecurity and become a cybersecurity professional by doing various certifications as well as having the basic knowledge of how a network or networking works. If you want to pursue as a full-on degree, then you would require a computer application or computer related degree. Then going on in masters, you would require a specialization in cybersecurity or cyber warfare. You can even get specialized in forensic data warfare. What is forensic data warfare? Is after a hack has been taken place or after information has been lost, forensic and data analyst people or computer professionals come in and check the machines to let us know how the hack came in, what our information has been taken away, how we can proceed and save it in the future. This forensic data analyst also helps people who have been hacked or also helps the law enforcement. If you've been hacked, the law enforcement keeps a tab of these forensic data analysts to scrape the data from your mobile or server to check how the hack has taken place and how the information hacker can be caught. Coming on to conclusion. Coming on to a little bit of conclusion side on how cybersecurity affects that part. Cybersecurity is how cybersecurity is a field that is booming and it affects everyone who uses the internet. Cybersecurity or hackers came into existence or people started to spy on other people the day we had invented internet. Now, how would the day we had internet? Now, how is this a case of sorry, 1 minute. Yeah. So spying or hacking took place the day internet was invented. To protect yourself from it, first, keep the basic things in mind. Have a strong password. Don't share your password or OTPs with anyone. Or don't click on any suspicious links or any links that you're sent to you. Third, use a VPN or other network services while use VPN or other network protecting services while using the internet. So the hackers don't keep a track on you and can affect your data and personal that is being loaded onto the internet. Fourth, have multi-factor authentications set up on your mobile as well as your laptop. So whenever you access an account or whenever somebody is trying to access your account or hacker is trying to access your account, they get blocked and they cannot get into your account and cannot take misuse of your information. Next, the basic of cybersecurity or protecting yourself is to be aware of how your data is being transferred or where your data is being sent. An example for that is you would have many people who would have known whenever you install an app on your mobile, you get various permissions stating please provide this app to start up on its own, or please provide this app your location as well as your other contact information. If the app if the app requires that, and if you require to use the app in that means, then it is fine. But after using the app, go to your settings and close off all the permissions of the app so that the app cannot access your data when you're not there. Next, whenever you try to install an app, install it from the official source, either Play Store or the iOS App Store, so that you don't get pirated copies or bugged copies of the app that might cause you trouble. Then, after after you have gone through all of your protection measures, the last protecting measure is to always clear off your data whenever you log out from your server or log out from your email ID. The example of that is whenever you whenever you use your personal computer as well, whenever you come out, log the computer as your computer, or if it has a backdoor or a botnet in it, the hacker would try to access the computer when you're not there. And a lock or a privacy filter will protect your information or data from getting stolen. So, I would like to come to a conclusion here by saying cybersecurity, it's not just about protecting your personal information. It is also about protecting your devices and preventing other malicious actors or malicious identification in professionals from using your information to harm others. A responsible digital citizen is one which plays an important role in keeping the internet safe as well as all the other people safe. Now I would like to open the session for question answers if anybody has any.
Hi, thank you for the session. You delivered great insights, and we are highly inspired by what you
Sure.
said. So let's begin with the first question. In the light of recent cyber attacks, what steps can organizations take to enhance their cybersecurity posture?
Okay. For organizations to change the cybersecurity posture, first, block all the data sites, such as all the scam websites or data sites that you can find online. Second, always install a VPN on all of your devices. Majorly now organizations can buy a VPN or take a premium platform subscription on a VPN such as Zscaler or other such as linked VPN, which are which can be mass bought and can be installed on all the employees' computers, so that data might not get transferred while sending. Next, always ask your employees to have strong passwords or have strong password policies maintained in your organization. The major or the must-haves in a password, I would say, is minimum 12 characters, minimum 4 or 5 capital words or more capital words better, or small letters should also be there, some special characters as well as numbers, and prefer or phrases or long terms instead of short terms, and never use your name at the rate some other date. That's the most common in password. Next, the organization can also use a custom OS Nowadays, Microsoft also provides custom OSs in which all the other apps or all the apps are blocked from installing. So basically, the computer or the device becomes a secure or or machine in which only the apps or the devices that are allowed by the company's policy server or company's IT server are allowed. Next, have frequent password changes. I would suggest minimum 6 to 8 months. Every 6 to 8 months, ask your employees to change passwords. So even if the old password has been leaked due to some data a breach, then the new password would get and the new password would help protect the data. Also, keep emergency protocols in hand. If there's a data breach on your a server or the company's server, the company can protect itself by having emergency procedures such as quarantining the complete data a server or quarantining the device from the network so as it does not affect all the other devices on the network. And lastly, I would say have proper training or or training or have a proper policies is of for all the employees and keep updating the training and policies so the newer versions of malware or newer versions of cyber threats cannot affect you.
Yeah.
That was really great. We were never aware of such insights, and thank you for the response. Sarvesh, would you like to go ahead?
Yeah. What are the latest trends in cybersecurity technologies and tools that businesses should be aware of?
So the latest trends I would say is blockchains, pass keys, as well as the latest one is OSCOPS, OSCOPS or OSNet. Sorry, first one, passkeys. Passkeys are now questions in place of passwords. Now the person can be asked 4 or 5 questions, so it can be protected. And every time a question is asked, it is a unique question that is has already he has some that already has some unique answer to it that the owner is only aware of. Second is AI. You would have heard of ChatGPT. Now, there's a evil version of that. It's called Worm GPT. What Worm GPT is doing is basically creating malwares or hacks by itself. So the Worm GPT is basically acting as a self-destruct button for various companies. So to counter that, various AIs or protective AI, secure AI, or various AIs have been put into place. So I would say the latest technologies are passkeys and AI as measure of the cybersecurity work or checks can now be done by AIs. Examples of that is for the policies to be mandated. Every 6 to 8 months, the policy of password changes to be mandated. AI can be put in place. So every 6 to 8 months, when a password change is to be held, the AI activates itself and resets everyone's password to a unique character that is sent to their or personal phones or personal IDs. So even if their old data is locked or if their old password is logged outside or has been forgotten, the new unique password can help keep the organizations and people secure. Any more questions?
Yeah. What are the emerging cybersecurity risks associated with the Internet of Things, that is IoT, and their connected devices?
Okay. The major risk is remote takeover. Basically, I would say. What is remote takeover? Now, Internet of Things or IoT devices now are always on the internet. As the CCTV cameras or fridges or some other devices that can be operated online. once the devices can be operated online, it means that your data is being sent online as well. I would like to show you an example of how easy it is to get your Internet of Things data online. See, a simple Google search with the right keywords can help me access a faraway CCTV camera live. As you can see on the screen, I am live into someone's CCTV camera in front of you. So remote takeover or remote access is the major threat that IoT devices are facing. It can be helped or it can be blocked by having various encryption technologies put in place so that there so that at the data that is transferred from your or device to the IoT device has been encrypted or has been hidden in a form that no other person except the internet device can have access to that information.
Right. Thank you. We have few questions in the chat box. First being, are ad blocker extensions recommended to be used in laptops?
Ad blocker extensions are somewhat good, I would say. The ad blocker extensions are somewhat good because nowadays ad block extensions, there are workarounds for various ad block extensions as well. And major of the ad block extensions are basically the ransomware or adware that are hidden or Trojan horses. Because the sites you visit, various adwares or the ad stopping extensions are basically tracking your data. Whatever or you send to the site or receive from the site is being run through the adware. So I would not suggest using adware extensions or ad blocking extensions because they have major flaws or major scripts that the hackers are using. Even so, adware, some of the adware blocking extensions are now even causing more ads than normal because it has access to your email ID. As for the example, let's take the example of Chrome. When you install an adware extension or ad blocking extension on Chrome, the it gets linked to all the cookies or the cache that the website has on your local database as well as on you. So if someone hacks into the adwares or ad blocking website's server, your data can be given to the hacker easily. So I would not suggest using ad blocking extensions.
Yeah, someone in
Thank
the
you.
chat has asked, what are the first steps that should be taken in the event of a cybersecurity or data breach?
Okay. The first step is quarantine or separate the machine from the server or internet because the hacker or the cyber breach transfers data only over the internet. After the machine has been quarantined, get in contact with a cybersecurity professional or a cybersecurity professional or someone who is experienced in this field. Why? Because he will come in and guide you as to and find as to how the hack happened, if the data has been transferred or not, is there any data that is still being transferred, or is there any backdoor that the hackers have left so as to come in again and take care of take all of your data there, data uh, to their servers. And then third step is after that, complete wipe down of all the data from the machine. The data that is been stored in the machine should be shredded completely and wiped. And I am not talking of a quick format. It should be formatted in a way, a deep format. There are various deep format and softwares available which continuously write over data as to it in a way so it cannot be recovered. So even if a breach has happened, a backdoor has been made, this wiping of data will cause that backdoor to be closed again or the port to be closed again. And after that, various policies or various changes should be put into place as to not cause this data breach again.
Thank you. Also, we have a lot of Telegram scams happening as of now. So, what are your tips to protect ourselves from the Telegram scams?
Okay, for Telegram scams, I would say once you open Telegram, go into your settings and switch off the settings that allow other people to add you into groups, and switch off auto download of files. As many times various files or various documents have in, in built-in invisible scripts put in them that take in your data. To protect yourself, the next step to protect yourself from Telegram scams is not to join any suspicious groups, or if you have been put into your number has been put into any suspicious groups, immediately block, immediately report that group and exit from that group as to not cause any data damage. Next, next, don't click on any of the scam links or don't believe any person on Telegram stating that you have won something or it is a message from your bank. Validate the validate the information from the proper authorized services or authorized sources. Then only act on it. Even if it's your friend, first verify if it is from your friend's user ID or it is someone else trying to clone your friend or trying to use your friend's identity to bait you into giving them money or clicking on the data. That is my suggestion.
Are there any regulation bodies of cybersecurity which we can approach in case of being a cybersecurity victim?
Sure, there are many. The first one I would say is the cyber police. Basically, every locality or every city has a cybersecurity branch. And there is various cybersecurity websites. There's various cybercrime websites given by the government of India as well. First, if you have been a victim of a cybersecurity scam or a scam, first approach the law enforcement and the cybersecurity branch and give them all of your information. They might even sometime ask for all of your devices. It is fine. They take the devices to check in if there is any backdoors or any cache or any data that has been left by the hacker as to he can be tracked. If you if you want the anonymity of telling in that anonymity of filing a cyber complaint, you can use the National Cyber Crime Reporting Portal. It is cybercrime.gov.in. And there's a cybersecurity number as well. The cybersecurity number, I guess, is 155260, and it is by the Ministry of Home Affairs, and it is an official number that you can be contacted in case of a cyber fraud or you're a victim of a cyber security scam. These people will completely help you and also guide you on what are the next steps. The major step is to block all of your accesses to financial. For example, you have been a victim of a bank of a loan scam. The best known type of scam is loan scam or a gift scam. Basically, you receive a SMS stating that you have a loan amount of some amount, and call this number. And once you call the number, they give you all the they'll give you all the details that I'm talking from so and so bank. You have a loan approved. Please give me this is details, Aadhaar card number, PAN card number. Your loan has been approved. And once they tell that your loan has been approved, you will also receive a SMS saying that your loan has been approved. But keep in mind, this is a scam, and they will take off all the data and all of money from your bank account and go away with it. Sorry. So, in case if you have been a victim to a loan scam, the most common type of scam, first approach the bank and block all of your cards or all of your transactions, and inform the bank or file a complaint with the bank stating these transactions have not been made by me, a fraudulent transactions, and also take a copy of the FIR that is registered with the cybercrime department, and so that the cyber branch department and the bank can work together in getting your money back. That is the most these are the organizations that are trustworthy to be approached, I would say. There are many other organizations, but some of them are also scam. I would say majorly the cybersecurity department of your locality, of the local locality that you stay in. Second, the cybercrime portal, or the number 1555260. Yeah, these are the two things I would say.
Thank you. One more question. Is there any way to make your e-commerce shopping transactions secure?
Sure. First, e-commerce transactions. Means to make your e-commerce transaction secure, have your e-commerce account secure, I would say. Once your account is secure, and you have all the mandatory strong password, double two-factor authentication, the next step is that don't save in any of your financial information on that. I would say debit card, credit card number, CVV number, or any UPI ID. Whenever you go onto a cyber e-commerce website, there's always an option to save your financial information. Always untick that. As I would say that because if the e-commerce transaction gets hacked, or if the e-commerce company gets hacked, all of your details are in the hacker's hands. So the thing I would say, have a strong password, two-factor authentication, and don't save any financial knowledge or financial card or information in your e-commerce account. And after doing any e-commerce transaction, always clear your cache or your cookies, as major of your information or data is being stored in the cookies or the cache.
All right.
Any more questions?
One last question from our end, which is an extension of the e-commerce transactions. Is that
Sure.
many e-commerce transaction websites? I'm sorry, many e-commerce websites they promote crypto wallets and other unconventional payment methods. So, what are your thoughts about it? Should we use it? Because these wallets they do offer a lot of discount to us.
Yeah, I would suggest if it's from a trusted source, the company has its official base somewhere and go through the policies or the various terms and conditions that are put in, and always research about the company. If you find the company is trusted, yes, some of the crypto wallets can be used, but there's always a but there. If there's a fraudulent transaction, or if there's some error in your crypto wallet and you lose your money, the government of India does not protect any of your money that is in crypto, because the government of India also cannot track down the crypto transactions that are done on the blockchain. So I would suggest, if you want to use crypto wallets, have the proper survey or proper finding of what the company is being doing. Are there any complaints against the company? How has been its track record? Or and how your data is being processed and where the data is being stored. That is it, I would say. I would suggest, try avoiding crypto wallets, try using or other secure methods.
Thank you. Over to you, Viraj.
Before ending, I would like to end with a few resources that you guys can also use to help yourself from getting hacked. So one is, Have I Been Pawned? That is basically, you can enter your email ID and you know if your data has been given to given in any data breach, or has your password been locked? Has your password been given out? Next, I would show is Next, I would show a website called Virus Total. I would suggest use this website if you are not sure of any URL, or if you're not sure of any file. Virus Total has about 80 to 90 sub vendors with it that always keep a check on the websites. For example, let's put in Google as a website. Virus Total checks with the various vendors and tells you how many of the vendors tell that the site is clean. So see here, one of the vendors out of around 200 have told that Google can be used for some malicious purposes. You can also use Virus Total to analyze various files. You can put files up to 25 MB and check if the files have some hidden script or have some hidden motive behind that can have some hidden motive behind itself, or have some hidden motive inside it that can protect yourself from getting hacked. Yeah, that's it, I would say.
Respected dignitaries, esteemed guests, faculty members, participant students. On behalf of the MCom Committee of HR College, Mumbai, it gives me immense pleasure to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks to all those who have contributed to the resounding success of the webinar, held as a part of the Masterclass League Season 3 and Episode 1. This enlightening session centered around the crucial theme Defend Today, Secure Tomorrow, empowering a digital fortress against unseen threats, has been a remarkable milestone for all cybersecurity enthusiasts. We are sincerely grateful to Mr. Sahil Jethwani sir, a distinguished senior cybersecurity professional at DXC Technology, who graced us with his profound knowledge and insights in the realm of cybersecurity. His expertise in identity and access management, coupled with his academic excellence as a CET topper and computer application specialization from our very own HR college, has made him an exemplary educator and mentor. His contribution has been invaluable in helping us understand the significance of safeguarding our digital existence from potential risk. Furthermore, we extend our warm appreciation to the college officials and faculty members present during the webinar, whose unwavering support made this event possible. Their constant encouragement and guidance have been instrumental in promoting academic excellence and holistic learning. Lastly, we express our deepest gratitude to HR College and HSNC University for providing us with this wonderful opportunity to learn and grow. Your continuous support and commitment to enhancing students' knowledge and prospects are truly commendable. The gift of this enriching webinar will undoubtedly aid students in their journey towards building successful careers. Once again, thank you to everyone. Thank you to Sahil sir who participated in making this webinar a grand success. Let us carry the knowledge we have gained forward and strive to create a safer and secure digital environment for all. Thank you so much, sir.
Pleasure is on mine.
I'd also request everyone to switch on their cameras for a group photo. Thank you everyone for joining, and we really learned a lot in the digital landscape. Looking forward for more such masterclasses. That's Meg Mehta from the MCom committee signing off. Thank you.